Hi everyone, welcome back to Code Step by Step. My name is Anil. In this part of Node.js, we will learn how we can create a post API with MySQL. Since last two videos, we are working with the Node.js and MySQL. I can show you the slide of last two videos. Uh, we connected the MySQL with the Node.js, then we learned how we can create a GET API. And guys, if you did not watch that previous two videos, I will recommend you to watch them because in last two videos, I just shown you how we can just install MySQL plugin to just connect the Node.js with the MySQL, how we can create the configuration files, why we need configuration files and all, right? So now let's start with the points of this video. First of all, we have to create route for API. Then we will insert data from in MySQL, and at last we will discuss some important interview questions. Guys, we will insert data in two ways in this video. First, we will insert the static data, then we will get data from Postman, and then we will insert it. So now let's start with the first point and create a route. So this is the code belongs to the last video. In that video, we created the configuration file and get method and all. So now let's just use here get.post method, and here we will define our route like this, and in a second parameter we will basically use a callback function, and it will accept two parameters. First one is request and second one is response. And here is one more interview question. They can ask that if we have the different method, can we put the same URL for API? The answer is yes. If we have different method like get and post, both are the different method, but they have the same route. So will it work? The answer is yes, it will definitely work. So now just create a simple query to insert the data, right? So what I'm just going to do, I am taking a const data, and here I will just put three fields. These fields are name, password and user type, right? We will insert one more or maybe two or three entries in this table. So let me just take a name, and name can be, let's say, Peter. After that password, I know that we should not insert password without encryption, but as we know, we are learning it for uh, basic purpose. So whenever we will create a project, then we will encrypt this password, right? So let's say our password is 5050. Then we can just define the user underscore type. It can be, let's say, admin or something, right? After that, what we can do here, we can just use a con, that means connection dot query, and it will take basically three parameters. Once, what operation we want to do, we want to insert the data, so just simply put here insert into our table name. Our table name is basically users, and sets, and what data we want to insert, this is coming from this data constant. And at the last, we have again a callback function, and it will take a three parameters. First one is error, second one is result, and third one, which is rarely used, but this is not you can say that least, so we can just say that it's field. And now we can check that if we have error, let's say we have error, that time we can just throw error. And if we don't have any error, then what we can do here, we can just send a response dot send, and then we can just simply put here results here, like this. All right, so I think it should work. So now let's start the Node.js with NodeMoon, and now let's try to insert it. All right, so we just got again a error. The reason is we must have to use here colon, not equal to sign. Now let's just create a new tab, select a post method, and URL will be, as we know it, this is the root URL. And whenever I'm just hitting it, here we can see that a ninth ID is insert, status is 200, and if we are checking it, ninth ID is also inserted. So now let's see how we can just get this data from Postman, right? So I am just copy this data from here and putting it on the Postman so that we can save the time. So let me just select a row JSON. Now we can put this data here, and we just need to apply here quotes with the value and key both, and it should be the double quotes, otherwise Postman will not gonna work. This is the standard way to just pass the data from Postman. And last one is basically user type, right? And there is a no error. Whenever you are working with a Postman, keep in mind if you have that kind of sign, that means there is a syntax error, right? So I am just moving the syntax, and after just hitting before the data, what I can do here, we can just get this body from request dot body. But this is not just simply that we can just get this data, but before that, before just getting this body, in body this data should be there. So we have to parse this data in a JSON format. So how we can parse it? For that, let's simply provide here app.use method, and we just have to pass here express.json. Now request.body will get this Postman data in a JSON format, and now this Postman data is just coming in the data, and data is used as a second parameter. So if I am just putting here something else, let's say Bruce, and password is 6060, and I am hitting it, then here we can see that this is working with the insert ID 10, and the data is inserted, right? So the question that as I told you that we'll discuss for interview, so it can be asked that can we create database directly with the Node.js and MySQL? The answer is yes, we can perform anything that can be done directly inside the MySQL, that can also be done with the Node.js and MySQL. So thank you so much for watching this video.